Top 7 Best Asus Laptops 2024. Through extensive research and testing, I have put together the list of options that will meet the need of different types of buyers. So whether it's price, performance, or particular use, we have got you covered. For more information, I have put links of products in the description. Make sure to check it out. Like the video, comment, don't forget to subscribe, and let's get started. Number 7. Asus ExpertBook B9. Asus isn't exactly known for making the best business laptops, but the Asus ExpertBook B9 2023 is a solid choice if you're in the market for a fast and sleek work laptop. Starting with its specifications, the ExpertBook B9 2023 houses a 13th Gen Intel i7 1355U processor and has Intel Iris Xe integrated graphics, both of which are good enough for everyday professional tasks. The laptop has a 32GB LPDDR5 onboard memory that, although not upgradable, can last you a long time. You also won't find any problems with its storage options, as the ExpertBook B9 comes with a fast 2TB PCI 4.0 NVMe SSD. As for its screen, the laptop features an OLED panel with a tall 16:10 aspect ratio and a display resolution of 2880 x 1800. The display provides decent visibility outside with its 400 nits of brightness. The ExpertBook B9 also has a built-in fingerprint sensor, and its 1080p webcam supports Windows Hello facial recognition. Number 6. Asus ExpertBook 16 OLED. If you want powerful hardware, but you're more focused on content creation rather than gaming, then the Asus ExpertBook 16 OLED is the laptop for you. If we're talking power, the Asus ExpertBook 16 OLED is no slouch, featuring an Intel Core i9-13980HX processor with 24 cores and 32 threads for phenomenal performance in content creation workloads. That's backed up by up to NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4070, which can accelerate some of those workloads even further. Beyond that, you get up to 32GB of RAM and a 1TB SSD, so you have plenty of space. The display is a large 16-inch panel, and it has a 16:10 aspect ratio. Plus, it comes in super sharp 3.2K resolution. As the name suggests, this is an OLED panel, which means it produces vibrant colors and true blacks, and on top of that, it covers 100% of DCI-P3, and it's validated by Pantone, so you can count on accurate colors and everything you'd expect in a laptop made for creative professionals. There's also a 1080p camera above that display, complete with Windows Hello support. On the outside, the ExpertBook 16 OLED looks fairly normal, but once you open it, you'll notice the Asus dial next to the touchpad. This gives you quick granular controls in certain apps, such as Photoshop and Premiere Pro, making it easier to change all kinds of settings on the fly. It's quite a bit pricey, but the Asus ExpertBook 16 OLED is one of the best laptops around for creators, so it's easy to recommend. Number 5. Asus VivoBook 16. If you don't want to spend that much money and just want a solid laptop for day-to-day use, the Asus VivoBook 16 may be for you. This affordable laptop is powered by AMD Ryzen 7030 series processors, with a Ryzen 5 7530U in the base model with 6 cores and 12 threads. You can go for a higher-end model, but you'll have to pay significantly more, and the base configuration is already quite good for the price. You also get 8GB of RAM and a 512GB SSD. While the RAM is soldered onto the motherboard, you do get an SODIMM slot in case you want to add more later. The display is pretty good for the price too. While colors won't look amazing on it, it's a large 16-inch panel with a 16:10 aspect ratio, making it great for getting work done and multitasking. The full HD Plus resolution is also sharp enough for most use cases, and 300 nits of brightness is what you'd expect in this price range. Above that display is a 720p webcam, a common compromise for a budget laptop like this. Windows Hello support is available with a fingerprint reader, not through facial recognition. It's not overly impressive in its design either, but the Asus VivoBook 16 does look fairly sleek in its simple silver colorway. At 4.14 pounds, it's a little heavy, but that makes sense for a 16-inch laptop, especially a cheaper one. For those with a tighter budget that just need a solid laptop to get work done, the Asus VivoBook 16 is a great solution that doesn't break the bank, starting at just $600. Number 4. Asus ZenBook S13 OLED. Asus has been making big moves in premium laptops, and the ZenBook S13 OLED looks absolutely phenomenal, with a thin and light design, stunning display, and high-end performance. For starters, it's powered by a 13th generation Intel Core i7-1355U processor, with 10 cores and 12 threads. It delivers excellent performance for day-to-day tasks while still being fairly efficient, so battery life should be pretty good. The model currently available also includes 32 GB of RAM and 1 TB SSD, so performance will be fantastic all around. The display is also great. It's a 13.3-inch panel with a 16:10 aspect ratio, and it uses a stunning OLED panel. So colors look vibrant, and you get true blacks that are only possible with OLED. The resolution is very sharp too, at 2880 x 1800. Above that display is a 1080 webcam with noise reduction and Windows Hello support, so you should look pretty good during video calls and meetings. Another impressive aspect of the ZenBook S13 OLED is that it's incredibly lightweight and thin. It's just 10.9 mm thin at its thinnest point, 11.8 mm at its thickest, and it weighs 2.2 pounds, so it's incredibly lightweight. It officially comes in two colors, silver and blue, though only the silver model appears to be available. If you want an ultralight laptop with a great display and performance, you can't do much better than the ZenBook S13 OLED. Number 3. Asus TUF Gaming A17. Of course, as much as we'd all like to have a top-of-the-line gaming laptop, they can be very expensive. Thankfully, the Asus TUF Gaming A17 is a much cheaper but still capable alternative. It can't compete with laptops that cost over $2,000, but that's to be expected. Inside the Asus TUF Gaming A17 is an AMD Ryzen 7 7735HS processor with 8 cores and 16 threads. Ryzen 7040 series models are planned for later but aren't available yet. This model also comes with up to an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4060 laptop GPU, and it can use up to 140 W of power with dynamic boost, so you get a ton of performance. Rounding things out are 16 GB of RAM and 1 TB SSD, which make for a great experience overall. The display is a large 17.3-inch panel with a classic 16:9 aspect ratio, and it comes in full HD resolution with a 144 Hz refresh rate. It's a pretty good match for the specs inside the laptop, and you can easily push to the maximum resolution and frame rate in most games with these specs. There should be a Quad HD 240 Hz configuration at some point, which makes more sense if you're getting the RTX 4070 GPU. The webcam is another 720p sensor without Windows Hello, unsurprisingly. On the design front, the Asus TUF Gaming A17 is a mostly black laptop, though it does have single-zone RGB lighting on the keyboard for a bit of flair. Being a 17-inch laptop with powerful specs means it's pretty heavy, coming in at 5.73 pounds. Considering it starts at $1,250, the Asus TUF Gaming A17 is a great laptop for anyone wanting to get into gaming without breaking the bank. Number 2. Asus ROG Strix G18. Asus is known for its gaming laptops above all else, and if that's your focus, you can't do much better than the Asus ROG Strix G18. Powering this laptop is an Intel Core i9-13980HX processor, a beastly 24-core, 32-thread processor with incredible performance for gaming and everything else. On top of that, you can go up to an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4090 laptop GPU. Only an RTX 4080 is available at writing time. Any game you want to play will run like a breeze on this laptop. Of course, there's also the option for up to 32 gigabytes of RAM and a 1 TB SSD. The display follows the new trend of 18-inch panels, and it comes in a 16:10 aspect ratio with Quad HD Plus resolution and a 240 Hz refresh rate. It's a fantastic display for gaming, and the powerful specs inside let you make the most of it. What's more, it covers 100% of DCI-P3, so it's also good if you want to get into content creation or just use the laptop to watch movies and TV. A downside, however, is that 720p webcam, which also doesn't support Windows Hello. Packing this kind of power means the Asus ROG Strix G18 is thick and heavy, weighing 6.61 pounds and being a massive 30 millimeters thick at its thickest point. The chassis is mostly black, but there's RGB lighting in the keyboard and a light bar up front. There's a lot to love about the Asus ROG Strix G18, and if you want a powerful gaming laptop, you can't really go wrong with it. Number 1. Asus ROG Flow X13. Asus is mostly known for its gaming laptops, but the ROG Flow X13 strikes the perfect balance between gaming and productivity with its high versatility, making it our favorite Asus laptop right now. We've reviewed an older version of this laptop, but the model surpasses its predecessor in almost every way. For starters, the Asus ROG Flow is powered by the top-of-the-line Ryzen 9 7940HS processor and includes a modest RTX 4070 that provides enough horsepower to run most games with tweaked settings. If you still consider the laptop to be lacking in the performance department, then the ROG Flow supports the XG Mobile RTX 4090 AGU. It offers plenty of storage thanks to its 1 TB PCI 4.0 NVMe SSD, and even comes with fast 32 GB LPDDR5 memory for added multitasking efficiency. The ROG Flow's display is no slouch either. It features a sharp 2560 x 1600 display resolution, and its 165 Hz refresh provides a buttery smooth gaming experience. The laptop's 16:10 aspect ratio adds extra vertical space to increase your productivity, and its 1080p front camera supports Windows Hello. It's worth noting that despite its premium specifications, the laptop barely weighs 2.87 pounds. Factor in its 18.8 millimeters thickness, and you can see why this laptop is extremely portable. So guys, that's all for Top 7 Best Asus Laptops 2024. The links of all products are given in the description, which are updated for the best prices. Subscribe our channel for more videos. We will meet in next video. Till then, take care. Bye.